It's drag day again. Last time I broke my diff, which I'm sure a lot of you saw, unfortunately for me. This time I have a new diff. It's an Eaton True Track. There's a few other things I've done as well. I'll try and throw them up here for you. There was adjustable camber arms. I've got XYZ coilovers in there. They're adjustable, so I might have some fun adjusting those tonight. What else did I put in there? Oh yeah, a white line sway bar. It's adjustable one, so I've got that set to stiff. Hopefully that's going to help the car stay kind of planted, not twist so much on the launch, because I was getting a bit of twist to the right hand side. Yeah, so hopefully the rear end, the tramp, isn't quite as bad as it was, because it was actually really bad. I was having a lot of trouble getting off the mark. I did my best ET on a 1.9 60 foot, which is pretty average for a car with ET streets on it, in my opinion anyway. So hopefully now I can get a little bit quicker. The only downside to today is that it's like 38 degrees. The density altitude, so the air quality, is 3,500 feet higher than it was last time. And the DA calculator reckons I'm going to go 0.4 of a second slower and 4 miles per hour slower than I did last time. So this is the way it is. I'm not going to try and break any records today. I'm just going to try and improve my 60 foot. I've got a mate coming down. His name's Brandon. He's got a yellow B Series XR8. It's got MMR heads and cams in it, to the best of my knowledge anyway. He runs E85, and to the best of my knowledge, he isn't running his 150 shot today of nitrous, but we'll see. I'm sure we'll find out. But it'd be good to have a good run with him. I don't know how many times he's been out of the drags. Hopefully he doesn't have any breakages. The car's really quick on the nitrous. I haven't seen it run without the nitrous, but it made 340 real kilowatts. So if we ever run, I'm probably going to get smacked, but that's the fun of it. It's good to see other guys doing these 5.4 litre motors. It's been LS forever, and to see some 5.4s do some decent numbers is pretty good. I believe the car was built by Transautomatic up here in Queensland. So yeah, we'll meet him tonight, have a good run, hopefully get a side-by-side run. Yeah, it should be fun. I forgot to mention, since my best ET, which was 12.38 at 112.5, I think, I have a set of 25% underdrive pulleys, and I have the plenum on the car now, the Yellow Terra plenum, which I'll show you later, and the twin throttle body. I do have the Water Meth, which I will use today. I haven't used it at the drags yet because I haven't needed to be nice and cool, but like I said, today's 38 degrees. I want to try and do some testing. I haven't disabled the air temp correction for the simple fact that I want to show you guys exactly what water methanol injection can do. I've seen a lot of tests lately where they like flick it on, don't change the tune or anything like that, and you lose in power, which in most cases you will. If it's a hot day though, I doubt it, and the car definitely feels stronger. And the IAT logs that I'm seeing, and the amount of ignition advance that I'm retaining on a hot day is pretty good. All right, I think it's time this thing got a wash. It's got the new diff in it. Drags tomorrow. Hopefully I don't break it this time. It's looking good though. Here we go. About to start, I think. Should probably get back in my car. Yeah, it's hot, so we run an octane booster. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see that, but it says 40 degrees there. It's hot. It's real hot. This Commodore in front of me, he's got a 125 shot of nitrous. It's an auto with some drag radial looking things on the back. He runs pretty similar times to me, but it's hot today, and I'm just gonna roll off the mark, and I expect him to go past me, but should be good fun anyway. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm pretty nervous.
All right. Oh shit, what we got here? Walkinshaw VFSS with ET Streets, it looks like. ET Street SS. Alright. Data logging this time, no water meth. Oh, it's big top end from that thing, whatever's in that. Wow. Holy shit. That's good. That was good fun. Yeah, that's fast. I want to know what's in that. Yes. I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect to see him come around me that hard at the end. That's really cool. Love it.
It is so bloody hot, like hot. I've had about 6 bottles of water since I got here. Car's running consistently, but it's definitely a lot slower. It's quicker than the calculator said I would be, which is nice. It means that the car's making more power than I was last time. I'm running 212.8s on a 2.0, nearly 2.160 foot, I think, which is about 3/10 slower than my best, which technically means had I 60'd the way I was before, it would actually be quicker or as fast as it was in like 12-degree weather. So yeah, really happy. I'm just gonna do another run now.
All right, so turns out that that Agro LS VFSS in front of me is supercharged and cammed. I had a chat to the owner, seems like a pretty nice guy. Gave him the YouTube channel so we can check his car out. Hopefully I got some good footage of it. It was bloody quick. Anyway, yeah, I'm doing data logging this time. We'll go with the water meth on. Hopefully we get some cool IATs. The lowest IAT last time, I believe, was like 58 degrees. It's currently sitting at 68, but we need it to be lower. So it looks like this time I'll be racing the Skyline R33. It's pretty cool. That's clean, actually. It's really clean. All right, let's give this guy a run. Might let him go.
Going to do another run now, and this time I'm going to use the water meth and log my intake air temps. And I was down about 5 degrees of timing from last time I was here because it's so hot. The intake air temp corrections pulling a lot of timing for me, and 5 degrees is a lot. Hopefully the water meth helps me keep a little bit of my timing, so we'll see. Even if it's a degree or two, it's still something. Alright, so these are the logs from the runs that I did with and without water methanol injection. Basically, I'll show you guys, this is without water methanol injection. I'm starting the run with there we go. Start here with a IAT, which is intake air temp of 68 degrees, which is obviously quite hot, being that it was like a 38-degree day. I've got the, I'm not actually full throttle there, but I'll move it forward just a little bit. We'll just skip, actually. We'll skip all the way to about third gear, midway through third. About there. Alright, so that's full throttle, 6,000 RPM. As you can see here, it's going back just a little bit. You have a look at the spark as I go through third gear. Spark's here, this is 24 degrees, that's my ignition advance. So sitting between like 23 and 25 for the entire run. Basically, with the water methanol on, my goal was to improve that ignition advance to where I want it, which is about 28.5 degrees. So I saw a peak here right at the end of the run, where it's at its coolest of 57 degrees with 25.8. But if I go back out here, so if I jump to the same point with water methanol on from the next run that I did, it wasn't the next run actually, I'd done one run with the water methanol on back to back. And what happened actually was that it cooled the plenum down from the previous run with the water methanol on. So my starting temperature was already lower than it was last time because the plenum was cooler and because the water meth had cooled everything down. So instead of starting at 68 degrees, my intake air temp was 55, as you can see at the start of the run. And here we go through the gears. You can see the speed coming up here. If you watch that intake air temp drop from whatever right here, 54, 55 degrees, slowly drops down. I'll try and land top of fourth again like I did last time. You can see now instead of like being 58 degrees, we're 38, 37 degrees. It's top of fourth gear and our ignition advance is 28.5. So I think the highest we saw without water methanol at the end of the run was like 25.5 or 24, with it going as low as 23. So what's happened here is that I'm running straight meth, and it seems to be, it's not cooling as effectively as it was in my previous testing. Whether or not that's got something to do with running straight meth with this new plenum. So yeah, I've seen a lot more advance. I actually saw a 2 mile per hour increase in the 2 runs that I did with water meth on over the 2 runs that I did with it off. It's pretty much the same 60 within 0.1 of a second each time. But yeah, the mile per hour difference was 2 mile per hour, and that's due largely to the fact that my spark was back where I wanted it, because the methanol injection was cooling the air down, the heat transfer. That's the whole point of it for me. And that suppresses knock, having cool air, as well as the methanol, which is a knock suppressant in its own right. So for me, it was a big win to have water meth in my car tonight, because it was hot. It was really hot. Some of the other guys would have been having a bit more trouble than me, unless they were running, that they'd set their car specifically for that night and they'd turn the intake air temp corrections off. Which you can do with the 85 or octane booster if you like, if you're ballsy enough. I wasn't, and for the simple fact I wasn't trying to chase a record tonight. I was just trying to get some data, race some mates, and have some fun. It's too hot to be breaking any records. The car's definitely faster than it was before. I ran the same mile per hour in 3,500 feet higher elevation, so I'm really happy with that. Can't wait to go back when it's cold.
I'm gonna have a run now. What am I running? Golf, great. They're ridiculously quick off the mark, these things, especially if they're tuned. Like I finally get to race Brandon. His car's pretty cool. It's the MMR heads and cams. I think it's a BF XR8. Both running 411s, both 6-speed manual. Both running ET Streets with 18 PSI on them. Yeah, should be a good run. Seems like a pretty good dude. That's the most fun I've had at the drags in a really long time. He's gonna want revenge though. He's building a high comp bottom end for that thing, and it's gonna rip. For a standard bottom end, low comp 9:1 XR8, that's bloody quick.
All right, we're home, and that was fun. Had a good night. I didn't push the car too much. I was really soft on the 60 foots. I just didn't want to break it. I've got roll racing in a week's time, and then in a month's time after that. So I basically just wanted data this time, which I got. So I got some good data, as you would have seen, with the water meth picking up a few mile per hour, picking up a few degrees of timing as well, which I was really happy with. The car went really well. I was really surprised with it, especially in the heat. Matched the mile per hour of my last run when it was like 10 degrees. So obviously the plenum and the throttle body and the underdrives are doing their job. I'd love to see what they do in similar conditions. Yeah, being that the calculator, the DA calculator, 3,500 feet higher than last time I raced it with the other parts, that I matched, pretty well matched my my ET. I would have beaten it actually if I had have gotten the same 60 as I got last time. But I wasn't really chasing it because if I'm going to push it, I want to make sure I'm going to get that 11, and because I don't want to break it again. But next time, I think I'll go back and it's a bit cooler. Maybe with cams, we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. There's going to be more racing. I want to use the car more now. I've got a few more things to get for the cams so I can dial them in correctly and show you guys a few tests. I want to do a fuel cooler test, which I was using tonight actually. Anyway, we'll do the fuel cooler test on the dyno and the before and after with the cams. So I want to show you guys that too, because yeah, it should be fun. Anyway, thank you. See you.